What went wrong is the MK factor. I mean, the numbers are there. Please, look at every voting station, look at everywhere where we contested, you'll see the impact of MK on our voter system. What they did, unfortunately, we did not see them coming. And as Michael said earlier on, which is a factor, I'm sure you guys know very well, if Jacob Zuma goes to court tomorrow, the whole entire media closes go and follow him. When Herman Mashaba goes to Lily Mine to go and help exploited people, abused people, human rights abuses, you are not there. We've got to really beg you to say, please, we're not doing this for ourselves, but you are happy to go and follow Jacob Zuma. So, unfortunately, this matter from a marketing point has got an impact. So you guys gave Jacob Zuma so much publicity. But that's what it is. We're not really complaining. But at the end of the day, you can't blame us because you guys are not following us. You have more interest in following Jacob Zuma.
Thank you.
Under very difficult, really limited resources. But we used our resources quite effectively like we did in 2021. Remember in 2021, no one saw us coming. And this time around, obviously, coming to the national picture, going into 9 provinces, given the 3 years that we're given, we really boxed beyond our size because we gave that impression. And that's really how human beings have got to really express themselves. But one thing that I think we missed seeing was the emergence of the MK party. I mean, it really obviously took all of us by surprise. I mean, I think no one can really dispute the effect of the MK party. The party of a former president, something that I don't know if it has ever happened anywhere else in the world, but in our particular case, it has happened and it has impacted on our performance. But are we going to commit suicide? Absolutely not. We are sending a team of committed South Africans to the National Assembly, to the provinces where we have representation and actually gear ourselves for the future because fortunate enough with our constitutional framework in this country, you contest now. I can tell you Monday we're going back to our drawing board. We've got to start preparing for national elections. For the local elections in just over 2.5 years' time. And Monday we're going back to our drawing board. We've got to start preparing for national elections. For the local elections in just over 2.5 years' time. And you can imagine now the number of municipalities, because in 2021, strategically at the time, because of COVID and our resources, we only decided to contest 6 at the time. Now this time, our Senate will be meeting early next week to really decide the way forward in terms of taking this campaigns to the next level, because we've got a foundation now. We are now represented. As much as we did not get the kind of results that we wanted, but that's life. As Michael has indicated, tell me of other party who's happy here. The only party that's really happy in this arrangement this time is MK, and to some extent the Patriotic Alliance. Everyone is actually bleeding. So for us as a party, we've got to really take ourselves really seriously, because our representation in the National Assembly in the province is the first time. So it's a milestone. It's a major achievement for us. I mean, at the time we pushed the Senate to say, guys, we want 5 to 7% representation, and obviously the impact of MK has negatively impacted us. But we're going to have, as Michael has also indicated, we'll have 5, 6 or so members of Parliament. To ensure that we can take our message across, and hopefully also how the other parties have in the past taken our taxes to fund the political parties. ActionSA will really benefit from that, and will use that money correctly. I'm sure you guys know very well my family's role in setting up this movement for South Africans, and it's something that I'd really like to really thank people of South Africa, be the voters, our activists, really played a key role. And you guys in the media, to be honest with you, as the media, you guys were there. You were interested in our story. You expected us to really be the one causing the shake-up. But unfortunately, MK came into the picture. But one thing that ActionSA is not really going to give up is on our solutions, on our policies. We had a very successful policy conference last year, which actually appealed to most South Africans, more especially some of you guys as journalists. Our offering very strong in terms of our approved policies, and we are not going to really give up on this. We want a non-racial South Africa. We are not going to compromise. I've always said on day one, on the 29th of August 2020, when we launched ActionSA, I was unapologetic because I'm not the kind of person that stands on a fence. I said, if you're looking for a racial party, please go somewhere else. I don't really want to really build for my grandchildren a racial society. We have to strive for a non-racial society. We're not going to give up on that. We are not going to give up on our rule of law. Rule of law in terms of fighting corruption. Corruption will still be treated as public enemy number one, because corruption has really destroyed lives of South Africans. We have to really have independent institutions that must actually drive the process of making sure that there's no political interference in how our law enforcement agencies work. And I think we must be grateful as South Africans now that ANC has got no majority any longer to push the agenda and protect one another. Those days are gone. The day when someone presents the Pala report to be discussed, all the parties are going to discuss it, and ANC does not have the majority any longer.